Yo, 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 yo. Hey, look, the NFL season is back, man. We finna have some fun tonight. And if y'all tune in right now, as I click the live button, man, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and share the show. Go ahead and get in the comment box and do your thing because we finna have some fun tonight. We got
Yes,
some good
sir.
topics for y'all. We're gonna break it down the best we can. And guess what? We have special guests tonight. And we're gonna try to do that every single week for every single game if we can. We're gonna have
Amen.
at least a content creator, a journalist, uh, somebody from the media world on. I mean,
Uh,
whatever we can
Never
do.
know a
You know,
player. You never know, man. We
you
just
never know.
just stay
We gonna,
tuned.
hey man, you just never know, man. Just like our boy RJ. What's good, my guy? RJ is a big part of our team, man. He
Yes,
breaks the
sir.
news for us, give it to us. So when y'all see me out there dropping videos, he's the reason why. As I always say, RJ, man, we grateful for you, my guy, and we appreciate you. Miss Carrie, what's good?
Mm-hmm.
Going on,
What's
Carrie?
good, Kerry? What's happening?
Vontae, Blood Note, William Amy, what's good, my dude? I got Robert Blackman
What it
tuned
do?
in for
What's
every
good?
single show.
Yes,
Bucks
sir.
raising boats.
Hey,
Tampa
what's
Bay
happening?
content creator.
What's going
Sunday
on?
after the game, Bucks raising boats. Please come through and talk to us after the game, win or lose. Come
Mm-hmm.
talk to us. So hey, but I ain't gonna be rude,
I'll tell
man.
you.
Y'all know what to do, man. Chris, introduce yourself, and after you do that, Kam, Recondo, y'all do the same. And like I said, man, y'all be just like confident, just like on y'all own show, man. Go ahead.
Hey, man, you already know. I got my gear on. I'm ready for football. It's that season. It's another NFL season. Time to rise up, everybody. Let's get ready, man, for this preview. We got it's like a super show we got going on here. We got a lot of topics to get to. A lot of things
Right.
going on with our Atlanta Falcons. So excited about, so to be back on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock to preview these shows. So just get ready. It's going to be a nice long season, man. But had to get some content creators in here. A few that we haven't done a show with in a minute. Been too doggone long, man. You ain't been to the crib in a minute. So just please go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Recondo and Kam, the floor is yours.
All right, what's going on, guys? This is your boy Recondo coming back at you with another video. Just like Chris said, hey, it's a new season, man. I know everybody excited. We've been talking about it all season. The whole thing this season have been about. We ain't gonna talk about it. We're gonna go out there with action. So that's what we want to see
Mm,
on Sunday. Let's see if those boys come out there and put their money where their mouth is. So that's what we want to see.
love it, love it.
Facts.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cam Farmer here. I am the host of the Respectfully with Cam Farmer podcast. I am also the founder of Go Time Production Company. You can follow us on Go Time, Go Time TV on TikTok, covering all things Falcons. Man, I'm excited for this season. I've been excited since the last regular season game last year between the Panthers and the
Mm-hmm.
Falcons. Man, just seeing what our boy Mike was able to do in such a short amount of time, it got us fired up. Then, of course, the draft was no secret. What they were able to do, man. There's a lot of topics to get to today. I'm excited. And I'm excited to learn from y'all fellas, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on this platform, man. I don't take it for granted whatsoever. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Let's do
100,
it.
100, 100. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Going
But
on, Carrie.
team captains, man. Team captains, they named them
They
right
did.
quick. What do y'all think? Is there anybody y'all feel like they omitted or did they have it right?
I kick it off. I think they got it right, man. I mean, they went pretty much right down the line. Of course, you're gonna name the quarterback if you believe in him, right? So they went with Michael Penix, and I think he earned it, man. Like Cam
Facts.
said, the last three games of the season, the way he came out, and man, he got this. He one of the reason everybody's so excited about this year. Just going to put that out
Facts.
there.
Absolutely.
Facts.
He one of the reason why we got 5 primetime games. So rightfully so, they made him the
Understood.
captain. They put the 2 veterans on the offensive line as captains. They got a
Mm-hmm.
special teamer in Pinion, and then of course you got our all pro in the back, the best safety in the league, and Jesse Bates. So I think they got it right, man. I really do.
Cam,
Yeah,
go ahead.
no. Yeah, nah, just to piggyback off Recondo, man, I think they got it right. I say this with respect. There's, as a Falcons fan, you know, especially after those last 3 games, you know, I saw, you know, what really could have been throughout that last season. And when you have a guy like Mike who is confident, and a guy that is capable and is on record and has a resume of leading teams to championships like what he did at Washington, it was a no-brainer. Obviously, you got Jake Matthews and Chris Lindstrom, those guys, man. I mean, it was a no-brainer for me. I love Jesse Bates III being a captain as well. There was one video I saw where he was talking and just, you know, spitting game with Kobe Bryant on the Falcons Instagram account. I believe it's their Twitter account as well. That's leadership. And I personally, you know, believe that leadership translates more off the field than what you do on the field. And so I love it. And also, you know, Bradley Pinion being a captain as well. I think I have no issues with them as well. But Mike, you don't make a first-year starter like Michael Penix Jr. or first year. Well, he's a second-year starter, but this is his first season starting, full season starting, and you don't make him a captain without thinking that, you know, he's expected to produce. So I'm excited, man. I got no issues at all.
Facts.
Hey, Chris, Meat said loosen up, man.
What you mean? You look
like you been heading against your wheel.
Hey, man, I don't know, man. I tell you, man, I don't know. I'm just ready to run through a wall, man. It's football season, man. Just real quick, man. I know I also dropped a short earlier, giving 3 things that stood out, you know, so as far as on A1 Forever Sports, please check that out. But if I could add to that and kind of like preview that, one thing that stood out to me was the fact that you did have 3 guys who are on the offensive side being a captain. Michael Penix, yes, you know, so he impressed enough to become a captain. We're respecting him and actually, you know, expecting him to show that leadership and that confidence that he's displayed in training camp and interviews, et cetera, et cetera. But also you see that Jake Matthews and Chris Lindstrom, 2 pillars for that offensive line. Those guys are also captains with him, and they can all communicate one another, especially with Michael Penix, this essentially being his rookie season. I think those are 2 good veterans that can also be captains with him. For if he does get lost or lose his way, he has 2 guys he can lean on right there. That's got his back 1,000%. So that's one thing that actually stood out. And I like the fact that Caden Ellis is also, you know, some first-time captain. You seen when the defense was taken over from James Lake, that the defense and Caden Ellis in particular turned into a totally different player. I want to see him continue to go after the quarterback. I would enjoy that. He's one of my players that I'm expecting to have just a flat-out breakout season. And the fact that he also is a starter, I think also indicates that Jeff Ulbrich trusts him and is going to lean on him a lot this year.
Absolute facts. And I'm going to just keep it short and sweet. The quarterback, the captain of the team, no matter what team you play for. I feel like he's the voice of the team. He's going to be held accountable for everything that goes on this year. And I think he has his head on straight. And for a guy that young, well, he's not young, but, you know, being on in his second season, he's headstrong and he's ahead of schedule, I think, as to where he needs to be as far as mentally. So now it's up to him and Zach Robinson to get this thing together, stay on the same page all game. And it's still going to be growing pains. I'm going to just be honest with y'all because quarterback's going to have growing pains. It's just his second year and really his 4th start. So basically, you could say he's a rookie still because when you in college, you talk about red shirts. When you talk about baseball, you have to play a certain amount of games to become solidified for your first season. So I think, you know, it's still growing pains. And I think them making him captain and having his voice heard, I think it's going to be important for the entire team because rookies or veterans or whatever you want to call them, at the end of the day, you got to answer to the coach. You got to answer to the quarterback because those 2 take all the smoke. But again, we're going to see how it work out, man, because, look, I'm telling you. But let's get into this depth chart, man.
Hey, it's Smitty. Can I say one thing real quick?
Ahead, you got it.
Carrie commented. Carrie, your comment. I am not only on TikTok. I am on. So my TikTok is at GoTime TV, and then my Instagram is at GoTime PC production company. And then on YouTube, it's just Go Time Production Co. So yeah, very easy names to remember. So I didn't want to let that go unnoticed. So I appreciate you for following as well. Yeah. So
my boy Cam, aka you feel me? Nah, he doing this thing, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's get to it, man.
Facts. But again, let's get to the depth chart, man. 3 rookies are gonna start. Don't that sound familiar? Remember back in 2016?
Yes, 2016
it does.
Super Bowl year. I mean, look, like me and Chris told y'all, it's too many uncanny similarities from this team going back to 2016. And we've had so many losing seasons. Why not, get back into the swing of things with a deep playoff run? Hey, that's all I'm gonna say. But let's bring up this chart right quick and get y'all to going, because we're gonna give y'all our thoughts on this. And them 3 rookies starting is really not a surprise, man, because when they released the depth chart, we kind of knew what was gonna happen. But let's keep it 100, man. Come on, StreamYard. Don't StreamYard on me now.
I know, right?
Let's go with the offense. But first of all, like I said, man, before we get started, is anybody that y'all surprised that didn't make the starters?
Rook for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, second round pick. They moved up to get him. I mean, that's why you love football. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about, you got to go out, because no matter where you got drafted at, it don't matter none of that stuff. You got to prove it on the field. And
right.
Brandon Darley starting over him was a surprise for me. And now that explains why he was playing so much at the end of the 3rd preseason game, because they had him out there towards the end, and I was like, why Rook out there? But now I understand why he was out there, because they had Brandon in front of him on the depth chart. So
right. I get it. And if you think about it, man, you got to think too, man. You got to have a veteran out there. You can't have all young guys. You got to have somebody control the tempo on the defensive line. Things get out of hand. And that's not saying Zach Harrison or Dorlins can't do it. Onyemata has been around longer, so you got to expect him to set the tempo on that interior of that line and keep everybody lined up, and it's straight. But Cam, what you think, my guy?
Personally, I'm not surprised. Really at the starters. I knew coming into training camp, obviously, relative to Rook, that the D line, in the linebacker room was gonna be up for grabs, because we're so deep, you know what I mean? And so when you draft, first of all, before you even draft Jalen Walker, you get Leonard Floyd and Bailey Cox. Or I'm sorry, was it Bailey? Yeah, Bailey Cox. Or no, before they let him go, before they waived him.
Morgan Fox.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, Leonard Floyd, re-teaming up with, Raheem. They won a Super Bowl together in 2021, I believe, 2022. And then you get Jalen Walker. And so now, and then you still have the additions of David Onyemata, Rook, Caden Ellis had a great last few games. I'm not surprised one bit. I'm actually happy for Billy Bowman and Xavier Watts, because me personally, although they weren't taken high in the draft, I still believe that they were going to be, at least one of the two were going to be starters. I mean, Xavier Watts was just in the national championship game at Notre Dame. And you saw what Billy Bowman did at Oklahoma. So at some point in time, I say this with respect, you don't have to be a certain age or you have to be in a certain year in your career to automatically get the nod. And Billy Bowman and Xavier Watts, they showed up and they stepped up in training camp that caused Jeff and Raheem to be like, okay, we like what we're seeing. And respectfully, who better as rookies, who better to learn from Jesse Bates III, the best safety in the NFL in my eyes. So I wasn't necessarily quote unquote surprised about Billy Bowman and Xavier Watts starting, I was more so in a way relieved, because I was thinking like, okay, what if they don't start? What if they don't get that playing time that's crucial to their development and their, the first few games? So
Fact.
yeah, that's those are my takes.
Oh
Agreed,
yeah, man.
agreed. But
Yeah.
go ahead, Chris. Hey, before you start, if somebody got their phone on vibrate, can you please turn it off? It's coming through real loud, and it might mess up, the flow of the show.
Facts. Make
Appreciate
sure my
it.
stuff is on. Everybody, make sure your phones is good.
Hey, before you go, Chris, speaking on Watts and Bowman, it's a trend that the Falcons do, and I don't know if you guys been noticing since Terry Fontenot been here, they get a lot of older college guys, right, coming out that's been like captains on their team. They've been like staying in college 3 to 4 years. You look at a guy like that came out with Richie Grant. Then you see Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman. Those guys played a lot of football. Of course, Michael Penix over 50 starts. So you get guys that played a lot of college ball. They got a lot of snaps, already logged in. So when they come into the NFL, they already ready. You know what I'm saying? They just got to learn the terminology. They got to get the routine down and stuff like that. But those guys, man, and you heard them say, from the spring when they was in OTAs, that those guys were mature, right? They came in, they was ready to go, and it shows, man. It shows already with both of those guys. So
facts.
Absolutely agree. Just my thoughts about it. Of course, you already know the elephant in the room, the glaring thing that we see, of course, is no Caleb McGarry and no Storm Norton.
Yeah.
But Elijah Wilkinson, he's going to be over there. At the end of the day, we still going to have 4 guys that have that cohesion together. Those guys are going to be able to have that chemistry, something that is very underrated in sports. And the fact that we have that, I feel like we're going to go, we're going to have some good things going on with that. But mostly, like, you think about it, Leonard Floyd, Abercady coming off the edge, Billy Bowman getting that starting role, like you were saying, Recondo, also Xavier Watts, being right next to Jesse Bates. It's going to be learning curves, but at the same time, we got athletic guys who are intelligent ball hawks who are going to go get after it. And that's something to be excited about, already just having guys that can generate turnovers, give you extra possessions, give Michael Penix short fields. So, I enjoy seeing that. But I want to say one thing about Dorless, though. It doesn't really surprise me that Dorless is getting in over Rook, considering the fact that Dorless is one of those guys that they put him all up and down the line back in college. And he generated so many pressures, played more football snaps than Rook, respectfully. And also, you think about it, too, for those who were at training camp, they can tell you, Brandon Dorless was a force every single day. That's somebody you shouldn't try to block with the tight end. You feel me? You need to get you a big body on him, or he's going to wreck your line. So I'm not surprised about Dorless. I'm actually happy and very excited. I'm kind of like I was galvanizing in a way, man, because Dorless is one of those guys that I was looking at before. And I'm glad that he's going to get this start to really just show what he has. So I'm excited for Dorless. Excited for Zach Harrison as well, getting in there because he's also had an awesome camp. So this youth movement is something to be excited about. We're going to see what happens.
Absolutely. But I really don't have no surprises, man. I absolutely agree with Dorless. They know what type of pressure he brings. But what I would look for in this rotation, how much would they rotate Ebiketie and Walker? That's probably the thing that I'm going to be looking at. But one thing that has to step up, and I said this on somebody else's live stream earlier, Mike Hughes got to step up, man, because Tampa Bay, we know they can get it going quick. So who's going to be their number 2 receiver? Probably Ibuka is probably going to be
probably Ibuka.
Yeah, because I think Godwin gonna be out. I think Godwin.
Yeah,
he's not playing.
They lost Trey Palmer. They released Trey Palmer. So, Mike Hughes is gonna have to step up, man. At that number 2 position, that's going to be the biggest question mark on defense all year. So hopefully he can play consistent. Another name that I'm really interested in seeing, Divine Diablo. We all know. Yeah, we all know that with quarterbacks and how we have problem with quarterbacks getting outside the pocket, Diablo's speed is going to help us a whole lot. So I just can't wait to see exactly what he's going to do. On offense, everything copacetic. I expected everything how it goes. Just hope Elijah Woods can hold up on that right side. If he gonna open that right side, give Penix time in the pocket to make plays, we're gonna absolutely be straight. But Chris, go to the next one, if you can. If y'all got anything else to add, go ahead.
I want to.
Richard Grant. He said triggers him. My bad, man.
Richard Grant in San Francisco. Let him stay there.
No, he not.
No, he got cut.
No, he not.
He got cut.
Yeah, he got cut. He got cut.
Wow. Yeah, he did.
It's crazy. That's like they brought in a former Falcon for a former Falcon too.
They brought in Russell Gage and cut him.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. But
cut a Falcon for a Falcon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast, champ.
I was gonna ask.
Okay. Go ahead.
What? So obviously we traded up to get James Pierce Jr. to bolster that D line. Mike Hughes, Smitty, you just said he needs to step up.
Right.
Are there times where some of you think to yourself like, okay, I'm happy we got James Pierce Jr., but there was a need to address the cornerback position as well to help AJ Terrell. So do some of y'all think like, man, I'm happy we have Pierce, but what if we also address that cornerback issue in the draft as well? Your thoughts?
That would have been a tough decision because our top corners were pretty much gone by the time 25 rolled around.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. You still have those day 2, day 3 corners that find a way and they show up. But if you're going to take a corner, you have to do that at number 15. And I don't think they were going to pass up on Walker. So what they have to do is trust what they've done this offseason with the cornerback room. And I just think one name, Natron Brooks. I don't know how much time. I don't know how much time he'll get this year. Well, I got a sneaking feeling he's going to find more time than a lot of people think because Mike Hughes better be looking over his shoulder. Because when you talk about
like Kirk Cousins,
right? So when you talk about being consistent, Mike Hughes has to do that. And what's going to help Mike Hughes is Billy Bowman. Billy Bowman's going to help this whole front seven period because you talk about a physical guy in the slot. You get physical in the slot with those receivers, it's going to throw out the whole rhythm of the offense. So I just feel like it helps Mike Hughes. So having a slot corner that physical is going to help Mike Hughes a lot. And you have Xavier Watts over the top, who's very knowledgeable of what's going on the field. Reminded, he played linebacker. He played receiver. He knows how to read a lot of coverages on offense, and he knows what's coming on defense. So him helping over the top, I think Mike Hughes has a shot to turn things around big time because of what he has around him.
Hey, man, I hope he steps up. I ain't going to lie to you because we're going to definitely need him because AJ Terrell is going to be over there, I believe, generating great coverage. I believe he's going to be the AJ Terrell that we've seen in the second half who were just putting guys in jail, man. Guys just couldn't get off against AJ. So that's the AJ I want to see. So that's the AJ I'm expecting. And so Mike Hughes, he's going to be guarding guys. They're going to be trying to match him up. And also, they're going to try Billy Bowman as well. They don't know him. They got to try him. Same thing for Xavier Watts. You're going to see points and times to where all these guys get tested because you have to see if these guys are as good as advertised. And I respect that. So just get ready.
Mike Gordon, I think if they want to trade it back up for James Pierce, I think Will Johnson would have been the pick.
I think so too.
I definitely could have seen that because I actually had him. He was actually the first person I did a profile on, and I had him going to the Falcons. because we knew the contract situation with AJ Terrell, and we still knew we needed help on that left side. So Will Johnson definitely would have been the pick. And I'm still, even though I know he had a knee injury, I'm still surprised he fell to the second round because they said he out there in Arizona knocking it down, man. And look, he's going to be a future All-Pro, man. I saw it.
Yeah, I mocked him. I mocked him a couple of times when we were doing the mocks. I mocked him number 15 to the Falcons. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the reason why they took James Pierce, and we all know this by now, is that that's who they was taking at 15.
Right. Yep. They were going back and forth. Right.
Yeah, that's who they was really going to take at 15. They had already talked to him. They talked to to him and his mom the night before. It just so happened Jalen Walker was still on the board. That's why we was in the draft night and it was like 2 minutes left on the clock because I think they was debating should they go with who they really thought they was going to take, which was James Pierce. But they couldn't just pass up on Jalen Walker, man. So they picked him, and that's why they came back in and got James Pierce because that's who they really wanted in the first place. So
facts.
Yeah,
facts. And that goes back to what Kam was saying. They were in a win-win situation no matter what.
Right.
I think if they take Pierce at 15 and they lose out on Walker, they go Will Johnson. They move up. He fell to the second round. They get him and still keep their picks. So either way, they win.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Yeah, man. So I mean, look.
But also too, there were talks. Before Jair Alexander, before he left for Baltimore, there were talks that he was going to be with Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking now. I know he's injury prone, but he's quite literally like Kawhi Leonard. When they are healthy, top five in their position, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking like, and I was thinking like, wow, like AJ and Jair.
That's how I was, Cam. I was right there.
Yeah, and then he had that that history with what's the name? Our defensive coach name?
Jeff Olbrich.
Jerry Gray.
Jerry Gray. Yeah, he had.
Yeah.
He had the history with Jerry Gray. So, I just definitely thought he was going to come to. Well, Baltimore it's a good pick. I ain't mad at him about going to Baltimore, but yeah, I thought we had a chance to get him. Definitely.
Right.
That would have been good. That would have been great. You're right.
No, definitely. Man, let's get into this preview though, man. I know we've been talking good Falcons football, but let's actually get into the actual preview now, man. We're going to start with the Falcons offense versus the Bucks defense, man. Of course, we know we have the depth chart
before we keep going.
Anything else about the depth chart, fellas?
Oh no, man. Like I said, it was all good. It's what we kind of expected. So.
MV Penix. That's all I got to say.
Hey. All right.
Go ahead,
So,
Chris.
all right. So, like I said, we got Falcons offense versus the Bucks defense. Now, I want to start off by just saying, let's go ahead and just start with it from the beginning. Starting with Michael Penix Jr. How do you guys feel like, Michael Penix Jr. is going to be able to navigate versus the Bucks defense? We know how Todd Bowles is. Todd Bowles is going to blitz. Last year, Tampa was top 3 in blitz rate, around 39%, and they're going to want to.
He froze up on us.
He froze up.
I think he froze up on us.
Yeah, he'll come back.
So, yeah, but like you said, man, trust me, we know what Todd Bowles is going to do. It's not a secret. 100%. He's coming. He's gonna come at the young quarterback, man. It's a given. He finna try to throw the kitchen sink at Michael Penix, man. Which
is why I think this is why I think you will see a lot of Warner at the other tight end spot, or you can see him in the backfield as an H-back because he's gonna blitz, and we all know Bijan can block and Tyler can block. But when they blitz, they do a lot of disguising, they do a lot of stunts. So when you talk about him blitzing, you're gonna have to be ready for him to throw the kitchen sink at you. So I think Zach Robinson and Michael Penix and TJ Yates, they're going to come up with something to offset that. And what they can do, they can throw some screens. But last year when they ran that wheel route killed Tampa Bay every time they blitzed. So they're going to have to just counter it. But Chris, go ahead, man. Sorry you got cut off.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, it's all good. You guys were going right into it. I'm glad you guys kept the show going. That's what good friends do, you know. Good content creators do. But yeah, man, like I was just asking, you know, they're going to want to heat up Michael Penix. They're going to want to go after him. But and like you were saying about different plays that they can use, you're going to have to use Bijan Robinson straight up and down. You know, so you remember we averaged at least about 130 yards rushing.
130 yards a game, 10th in the league. Right.
Yep, 10th in the league last year. So you're going to have to use on that, lean on that, even though we do have a discrepancy at right tackle right now. At the end of the day, we still do have Chris Lindstrom. We still have we have the rest of the entire offensive line, and including Ryan Newsom, who did take over for Drew Dalman when he was injured. So he does have some experience within this offense, and I believe we can still run the ball. We have one of the best blocking tight ends in the league with Charlie Warner. We traded for him, we brought him over and brought him home, you know, for a reason. So I believe that he's going to be glued to that right side, you know, because Tampa is going to try to overload that side. But also think about it too. Jake Matthews is going to get tested as well, just to see, you know, if he's really that long in the tooth or does he still have something left. I believe just our tackles, they have to be on point this game against this defense again with all these different schemes and stunts that I'm pretty sure that Bowles is going to try to throw at him. He's going to try to confuse our young quarterback, so you got to be ready for that. What do you guys think about maybe some quick screens, some motion, some RPOs? What do you guys think about that? Possibly to deter some of these blitzes that we're going to see.
Right quick. I think Kyle Pitts is going to be huge this game because
Kyle Pitts gonna
the way he likes to use the safeties in the box, I think you put Kyle Pitts in the slot, you let him work the middle of the field, and you push them off the line. If you could do that, I think it opens up Atlanta's run game, and I think we have a lot of success in the run game. But Cam, you go, and then Recondo, you go out there.
No, I was just gonna say to piggyback, Todd Bowles is gonna throw the book, but I think what Penix has shown specifically in his last 3 games, and also, you know, always, I don't want to keep going back to his college days, but this is how he is. Like I think he has the unique ability to slide his feet under pressure. That's why he's been such a very good pocket passer. Now he's not dual threat, but he can scramble. And you know, and when he does scramble, he is fast. But I think one of the reasons why he has such great success throwing, you know, to the outside locations, whether it's to Drake or whether it's to Darnell or Ray, you know, I'm interested to see if Chris Blair or Nick Nash is going to be elevated to that roster, you know, throughout the season. One of the reasons why he's so successful with those outside locations is because he has the ability to truly slide his feet when the opposing team's front 7 blitz him. So I think he's going to be fine. Obviously they ran blitzes again when Carolina played Atlanta the last game of the season. They did it in Washington. They did it against New York. So, and Michael Penix, he's not dumb. He knows what's going to happen. He knows that people are going to, you know, the defense is going to prey on his youth, because they say, oh man, nah, you young cats, you don't know nothing. This is the big leagues now. And so Michael Penix Jr., if anything that fight at practice camp taught me is that Michael Penix Jr. does not back down from smoke at all. So I'm curious to see.
He about to get in that cowboy behind the other day.
He sure was. He sure was. He sure was.
Man, old boy changed it to him real quick.
Exactly. So I'm
what you call me?
What is that?
That tempo come out quick, ain't it?
Florida.
Gotta get right.
Florida boy came out quick.
Florida boy came out quick, man. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they run RPOs. Maybe maybe they run a couple of blitzes. I don't know. We have to see. But I wouldn't be surprised, specifically if they do an RPO. But yeah, listen, Mike Mike, if as long as he can navigate the pressure and his front seven is able to not keep the blitzes from happening, but limiting them. Because Vita, I saw William said Vita or not William, RJ said Kancey and Vita will be an issue up the middle to free up a linebacker with those blitz. He's absolutely right. So
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what's gonna happen. But I think Mike he's gonna navigate it. Not perfectly. There will be growing pains, obviously, but I have faith.
Right. Absolutely right, man. And just another thing too, you guys, I feel like we'll see a lot of 12 personnel. I mean, I feel like you're going to kind of have to in a way. I mean, just said get Warner out there as well to help with that edge protection with Wilkinson. I mean, regardless, I know he's a vet, and I know like I'm not worried about the other guys. I'm worried about Wilkinson. Even though I know we had guys like Andy Levitre come over. We've had guys like Tyson Clabo in the past. I understand that as well, but they still had to get out there and prove it because there were questions about all those guys and those moves too. So my whole thing is like, what do you guys feel about that? As far as like having to use the personnel, and also how do you feel like we'll try to stay on the ground more, or do you feel like we will try to open up a little bit more versus this Bucks defense? Because the Bucks defense, as far as they wasn't the best last year, I know they made upgrades, they had to, but at the end of the day, I still feel like there's ways that you can exploit them.
So Chris, man, you kind of hit it all. So first of all, you talked about the running game, right? So when I think about that, of course, let's not get Michael Penix can throw the ball. We know this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Atlanta is a running team, man. So everything is going to be predicated off the run game. I mean, that's what they do. Now, like you said, it's kind of iffy because we missing our road grade on that right side and Caleb McGarry. So, but I think play action pass, which we didn't see at all in week 1 last year. We didn't see no play action at all. Right?
Nope. We just saw him run with that bad Achilles. That's all we seen.
Right. We didn't see no freaking play action pass. So the play action and Smitty, you missed it. You mentioned it about the safety coming down. They use their safeties a lot. So when they put them safeties down, and if you go back to the second Bucks game, you mentioned Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts exploited that up them seams. So Kyle Pitts gonna be huge, but I think the play action pass and being able to utilize our run game, which is it's hard running the Bucks. It's not it's hard. Them guys, it's tough to run on them with Big Vita Veda in the middle. But at the same time, they need to stay with the run game and utilize play action pass. Also, I believe if you go back to Washington, I know you said you don't want to mention Washington, spreading out the Bucks might help Michael Penix. Spreading them out. Bijan can spread out. You put Pitts in the out there, and I can see him going 5 wide, man. I really can see that. Because we don't know what this offense is gonna look like. Right? Because because you hit Zach Robinson said he went back and looked at some Washington film, during the offseason just to see what Michael Penix does well. And if you go back to that offense, they spread those boys out a little bit, right? And they got weapons galore. So you spread them out, and that'll kind of keep that pass rush out of well because you spread them out. Now they're gonna have to go light in the box instead of going heavy because now they got to cover more. So I don't know what they expect, but I know if they utilize play action and they utilize the weapons they got, I think they should be good against Todd Bowles.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of you and that play action, you think about it, and I have to piggyback also off of Kam. Not trying to go back to the college tape, but what was some of Michael Penix's best plays? It was off of play action.
Yes.
And one thing about so that Buccaneers pass defense, even though it did improve, it still was 29th in pass yards last year per game. I still feel like you can still isolate these guys. Use Drake London in that slot because that was something that made Drake London a better football player, turned him into a 100-catch guy, well over 1,000 yards, and just made him an overall better weapon within this offense. So I enjoyed seeing that. I believe that he's going to build off of that this year. But you also got to have Kyle Pitts with Darnell Mooney's status day to day. So you have to make sure that you plan for a guy that's going to be able to slash this defense. He did have some success last year in both games. I know they did kind of get a little bit better, but at the same time, he's still a mismatch regardless. They can feel like they got better until we get on the field. We need Kyle Pitts as well to be like that second option. I actually believe like right now he could be like a second option with Darnell Mooney being in question. But guys, so we just got to get it together with that aspect goes. Kyle Pitts got to do it. Drake London has to do it. The whole entire offense has to do it. But I believe it still starts with that bread and butter, that run game.
That run game,
man. It's where it's going to have to start with, man. We have to attack them.
Facts.
Yeah, you got to run the ball.
Yeah, I mean, running the ball, we already know that's the bread and butter, like Recondo said. But we talked about play action too. But I feel like you're gonna have to get Tyler Algier involved. And the reason why I say that, you gotta do that. You got Vita Vea, you got Kalijah Kancey on that outside, you got that big interior line. So you got to find a way to wear it down. If you can do that, I think the play action pass works a lot better. And I think you can make them a little bit more one-dimensional. And we all know if you get Tampa Bay defense one-dimensional and they can't blitz, they very vulnerable. And y'all have seen that in the past. So if you can, knock those big guys off the line as well, I feel like that's going to be key for the Falcons. That's where the play action opens up. That's where the quick screens open up. And then the zone blocking absolutely works even better when you soften up the middle of the defense. So I think, running the ball up the middle and wearing down his defense, I think Tyler Algier is going to be key.
Absolutely. Got to use him, man. We can't forget about him at all. He is that force that's outside of, like you have the flash over here with Bijan, but you have that thunder, that powerhouse, that bowling ball with Tyler Algier. You can't lose sight of him. You have to involve him in this offense. And again, that's how you're gonna have to wear Tampa Bay down. Guys like Vita Vea, you're gonna have to send force against force. So hey, man, let's see who wins. But that's one thing I have to say. That's pretty much what I have to say about that. At the end of the day, it's the beginning of the season, so we have to take everything with a grain of salt. Some things are not going to be the same like last year. But I'm gonna tell you something. I am expecting to still go out there and execute against this team because it's still mostly the same guys, and I think we have better skilled guys and more guys at better guys at certain positions this year than I would say last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think obviously, the team is planning against Tampa Bay, looking at film, but Sunday, it's who wants it more at this point. Obviously, Caleb McGarry, that was a huge blow to that offensive line, especially protecting Mike's blind side. But I'm looking at the next man mentality. I'm looking at, because if you ask me, I say this and I say this humbly and respectfully to Tampa Bay, the division was ours for the taking last year. It was ours.
Absolutely.
It was ours for the taking last year. And so now I believe that the Falcons have another opportunity to silence those people who don't have them coming out of the division. And that's no disrespect to Tampa Bay, because when Baker Mayfield is on one and when that team is on one, they're good. They're really good.
Oh yeah.
And along, and we're not even mentioning him. Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving is a great asset to the team.
I said that in my one of my keys to victory. You gotta slow Bucky Irving down.
Got to.
But one thing that I loved about what happened last year, he had the exact same stat line both games. Yeah. 9 carries, 44 yards, meaning they contained him. So that's exactly what they've got to do.
Exactly.
And that could be a bad thing too, because they did target Mike Evans a lot in that second game. So that's another person you got to worry about. But
that first game, man, they shut him. They shut Mike Evans down.
Yeah, they did.
They shut that first game, man. AJ was on his. He had him. Yeah. He had him on clamps that first game.
He did. So the point stands, gentlemen. I think it's really obviously this is our first game. This is not like Pittsburgh, and last year Pittsburgh coming to Atlanta. This is a divisional game.
Yeah,
And the
right.
divisional, the battle for the division starts Sunday at 1 p.m. And
Facts.
so when we think about Atlanta, they have vastly improved this offseason. Give them credit. But we have watched the Falcons long enough to know that just because you have this name and that name on paper does not mean that it won't that it will translate onto the execution.
Absolute facts.
And I personally am expecting that the Falcons will handle business on Sunday at home. You got the city behind you. And so yeah, I think it's next man mentality. But like we were speaking on all night long, right? We know Todd Bowles is going to throw that defense at him. We know that from a mile away.
Yeah.
But we also know how cunning Zach Robinson is without offense as well. Because not only do they have to deal with Bijan, but they have to deal with Tyler. And I remember that game when Atlanta went to Carolina last year, and Tyler took over that game too. Obviously Kirk was doing his thing. He had a great game. Bijan was doing his thing, but a lot of those drives were successful because of Tyler Algier. And so I kind of like how he's flying under the radar and nobody's talking about him, and he'll mess around and be an X factor in the game. That's just me.
Facts.
You know they had
Kiara said
they
you
had
might be
double
a
backs.
celebrity now.
they had double backs in training camp too. They had both of them in the backfield a couple times.
Yeah.
So don't be like I said. See, the one thing that going against Todd Bowles is he don't know what Michael Penix gonna do. Ain't enough tape on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that's going good for the Falcons offense is that he don't really got a clue, because you can go back and look at last year's tape, but that's Kirk Cousins, right? You don't really know what Michael Penix is going to, and I don't think they changed a lot in the offense, the last 3 games,
Right.
Because it was too late in the season. But having spent the whole offseason, implement the offensive game plan for Michael Penix, this offense is going to look different, man. And so Todd Bowles, trust me, he's going to be some unscouted looks for that defense for the Bucs, and they're going to be like, oh shit, we got to make some adjustments. So
facts.
I just and we can jump on them early like that. That'll be good. So
yeah, and outside of Jamel Dean and Whitehead, I'm sorry, Winfield. Who do they have in the secondary?
Yeah, that's secondary suspect.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
I mean they're gonna take shots down the field all day, every day.
And then, man, who can Levante David cover? He can't cover Bijan coming out the backfield. He can't cover Kyle Pitts. I just think the Falcons got enough assets out there. They beat them twice last year. Like, people forget about that. Yes, they won the division, but we did beat them twice last year. So
we definitely had their number, and
we beat them twice last year.
But we got to sustain that. We got to be real and got to keep it going. That's the only thing. We got to keep it going. You already know that they still hate hearing about that, even though they did win the division. They still don't like to have that taste in the mouth. Like, man, we still got beat by the Falcons. Blah, blah, blah.
So trust me, they know that coming in game 1, they gonna be ready to play. They know we beat them twice. Last. Trust me, man.
They're gonna be ready. But the thing about it is, I think we're gonna be ready as well.
I believe so too.
We're gonna be ready as well. We got it. But man, I know we kind of been talking about it, but let's flip the side of the ball, man. Let's talk about this Falcons defense, this youth movement that we have going against the Bucs offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we about to get into it, man. So please, by all means, guys, the Bucs offense, they're dealing with some injuries. Tristan Wirf's not going to be out there. I know Baker is going to play. And they're waiting to get some more words on guys like Cade Otton. Keep an eye on Cade Otton, whether he's going to be playing or not, because he was actually one of their best blockers last year, statistically. And that's kind of like their version of Charlie Warner when it comes for us. That's in the blocking schemes and in the run game. So keep an eye out on whether he'll be able to go, because that'll be a nice, some piece missing in the passing game and, like I said, in the block game if he doesn't show up. But yeah, man, I believe. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna go ahead and just say this from the beginning. Whomever they want to put over that left tackle, we have got to attack that with our young guys. We have got to blitz right. We have got to scheme that, stunt that. We have got to, just continue, because they're going to come after our right tackle. So we got to go after their left tackle. I believe, hey, it is what it is, and we're going to see which offensive line can hold up. But what do you guys feel like?
I think they're gonna stun a lot on that side, so you can see a lot of James Pierce and Jalen Walker. But one thing to keep an eye on over there: don't be surprised if Zach Harrison gets on that side and plays the 3-4 end. And the reason why I say that, he has the strength to play that side, and he has the speed to play that side. Now, don't get me wrong with Doris. We know what Doris can do, but Zach has the experience. He's played against these guys. He knows how to attack them. So look for a lot of stunts on that side of the line of scrimmage, and because they don't have worse over there. So expect a lot of stunts with those two guys, with Pierce and Walker and Zach Harrison. Expect them to rotate in and out real heavy on that side.
Wait a minute, Smitty. I can't believe you just did this to old AK-17. You can't forget about Arnold Abacate.
Oh, I ain't forgetting about him. I'm just saying the speed is what I'm talking about.
Hey, man, hey, we got to use his speed as well. His speed and his athleticism, his
right
know-how, because we got to distinguish these blitzes. We got to get after them. We got to generate this pressure, because they're going to try to do whatever they possibly can to give Baker that extra second or two to be able to get the ball down the field against our defense. We want to neutralize that, and we got the guys, I believe, to be able to do it. We just have to go out there and prove it. So again, you're going to have Dorless and Zach Harrison and Amon Yada coming up the middle, coming off stunts and blitzes, but you got to have like Jalen Walker. You're going to have guys like James Pierce and Arnold Abacate. Can't forget about Leonard Floyd. All these guys are going to get rotated in. And all these guys, because how Nate Ollie wants to have this defense like NASCAR. He's having this defense, even though we do have some names, they're young names, and they're still going to be rotated, similar to how he did the wonders back for the Colts when he was with them. He did wonders with the Houston Texans as well when he was with them. So now we're going to have this NASCAR package to where guys are going, but they're being rotated. And I believe when it's third and fourth quarter, and you got to have that sack, or got to have that quarterback pressure, that's when you got some fresh young legs out there going after these guys, fellas.
I don't think people understand, and Robert hit the nail on the head. The defense is more athletic than they were last season. And when they got younger, my God, because now you're giving yourself a position to compete. It's like, I know my take isn't going to be X's and O's filled, but I look at it from a different perspective, because the Buffalo Bills are coming to town in a few weeks. I believe we go to San Francisco. We'll be on prime time.
Yeah.
And back-to-back weeks, right?
Right.
And we weren't necessarily older, but we weren't the fastest. I will admit that. And so when you have a guy like James Pierce Jr., who everybody, for whatever reason, says he has an attitude problem, which I don't. I will never forget that article that was written. It's like, okay, I'm happy he's on our team, because when you're upset, or when you're pissed, or if you have a quote unquote attitude, your adrenaline starts to rush. And so now when your adrenaline rushes, you necessarily can't control how you're gonna maneuver into the next situation, or how you're going to handle that situation. So now when you're in a controlled environment, a controlled, violent environment like the football field, that makes the situation so much better. And then on top of that, we mentioned Billy Bowman and Xavier Watts earlier. Xavier Watts was just in a national championship game.
Yes.
This isn't some player that Raheem and Jeff found on the street. This is one of the best safeties coming into the draft. And so when
Hey,
you
Cam, that's why I said they got 3 first-round picks when they got him.
three
That was a third
exactly
first-round pick. Yeah. Go
exactly
ahead.
exactly. So now when you upgrade and you get a little bit younger, but not just younger, because you can get younger and get slower. You got younger and you
Absolutely.
got faster. You got more athletic. You can compete with anyone. And so I'm very interested to see how, and like Smitty, you said, they're going to be rotating, Jeff's going to be rotating those guys out based on the defensive, the defensive schematic. I'm very interested to see how Baker handles that pressure, whether we decide to blitz him or not. I'm very interested to see, because you not only, and I spoke on this a few weeks ago, the opposing team's quarterback, in this case Baker Mayfield, is going to have to deal with at least 5 different sharks. You're going to have to worry about Jalen Walker. You're going to have to worry about James Pierce Jr. You're going to have to worry about Leonard Floyd. You're going to have to worry about David Onyemata, Arnold Ebiketie, Ruka Rororo, and Caden Ellis. That's 7 individual people that you're going to have to worry about.
Hey, listen, nephew, you can throw in Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman as well.
Exactly.
Because I'm sure they're going to use them to blitz as well.
Exactly.
Oh, Bowman. I promise you, Bowman coming out that corner, boy.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
He coming.
Bro.
He coming.
Exactly.
You can put him anywhere. That's why he got that starting job, and he has the confidence to back it up too.
Exactly.
The man said, "I expected to be here. I put in the hard work, and I believe in God." Hey, and that's all I needed to hear.
Man,
Absolutely.
what exactly? That's what I'm saying. So it's like you're dealing along with Billy Bowman, Dorless, Divine Diablo. You're dealing. That's 10 people that I just mentioned. That isn't where our defense isn't as it's deeper than what it was last year. But when you have Ebiketie, who had a great second half of the season last year, along with Caden Ellis, who people, again, I'm happy we flying under the radar, because one comment said Baker gonna be seeing a ghost. JT said it. Baker's gonna be seeing a ghost. So I'm very interested to see how Baker, because I know we talked about how Mike will maneuver, when Top Boss throws that blitz at him. I'm interested to see how Baker will maneuver, and that front 7 and Mike Evans and Bucky. I'm very interested to see how those guys are gonna maneuver and game plan for us, because like Recondo said, there isn't a whole lot of tape on Mike, but there's a whole lot of tape on Baker.
Oh yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Years of tape.
I'm gonna tell you for me. I'm finna throw a little bit out there, guys.
Okay, what you got?
That I'm worried about. I'm worried about one thing.
All right,
and that's Berkey Irvin running the ball. I'm worried about our run defense just a little bit. Last year, we was not fast, but we was bigger in the middle. We had Eddie Goldman. We had Big Grady. We was bigger in the middle. And you just mentioned we shut Bucky down. He had 40-some yards, right? A game. I'm worried about, because Berkey Irvin, he can play, man. And
yes, he can.
He get loose, man. So I'm worried about our run game, our run defense, just a little bit. I'm not even worried about the pass rush. I think the pass rush is gonna be lit. I really believe. I think we might have fixed it finally after all this time. I think we might have fixed it. I really believe we might have fixed the pass rush this time. But I'm more concerned about the rush defense, because what we want to get Baker in 3rd and long, so he can start seeing those ghosts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
exactly.
And so that's my only concern. I want to see if we could create those 3rd and longs, those passing downs, so we can get after that boy. That's what I want. So that's my only concern. This Bucky Irvin, man. That kid, he elusive, man. He is. I mean, but we was able to contain him last year, but we're a little bit lighter in the box than we was last year. So that's my only concern. If I got any for this offense we're going against.
And
and like somebody said in the chat, man, I could actually see him going with what Dan Quinn likes to do, like light, faster guys. That fast and physical, what he talked about. But at some point you got to put some weight in the middle of that defensive line. And the way I think they're going to counter it, I think they're going to sometimes use 5-man fronts like
Oh yeah.
on I would say third and short or goal line. That's how you offset it a little bit. But also with the way they'll be blitzing and stunting, this probably is why they're really not worried about size up front. Because if you blitz and stunt enough, you'll be able to stop some of these run gaps and you'll be able to cut off some of these run plays. And they really have to set the edge. So I think they're going to game plan just right for Baker Mayfield because if you blitz him, he's going to make mistakes. We all know this.
Yeah.
He's tied
Right.
with Kirk Cousins for leading in interceptions last year with 16.
Yeah.
So when
Mhm.
teams pressure him, he made mistakes. And like you said with Bucket Irvin is going to be a problem. But the way to
Mhm.
offset that, you just like we talked about with that nickel spot, you got to put somebody on him that's physical that can cover him and somebody that can really shut him down. I think they're probably going to put Divine Diablo on him since he has better coverage skills. So I mean, it's a way to do it. You just got to come out and game plan the right way to do it because if you shut Bucket Irvin down, you make them one dimensional passing the football. Baker is definitely going to make mistakes.
Oh yeah,
So
Yeah.
just
that's what.
keep just keep y'all eye out on that.
And that's what I want.
Wait.
I want to make because you're right. If we make a one dimensional man, oh man, we'll destroy Buck. We'll destroy
Yeah.
Baker, man. We'll get after
Yeah.
him, man. No,
But
because
God.
I remember Katie is in the contract year. People forget that boy he hungry. He
Mhm.
hungry, man.
Couple guys in
He
contract year.
yeah, it's a lot of them,
Couple guys.
but we know
Yeah.
Armor Every Katie he coming, man.
Yeah, and another guy who's on the Pope list is in the contract year too. But I'm gonna get to my point about these Buccaneers, man. That offense. You mentioned Bucky Irvin, but remember they kind of got semi like a three-headed monster over there, man. On their
White,
running game.
yeah,
Yeah, they got White, and they also have Sean Tucker, I believe, and he's
Yeah.
he
Sean
came
Tucker.
back as well. He came back from an injury as well, so he's back trying to get after it for them. So those are like a three-headed monster type thing that you have to deal with. But you also think about this. On third down last year, the Bucks were the best offense on third down with over 50% of conversions. The
ooh,
Falcons have to get off the field. The Falcons have to limit what the Bucks are doing on first and second down.
yes,
Facts.
You have to make sure you're winning first and second down more than anything else. You're going to also get tested because I believe that we're going to blanket, and bracket, over Mike Evans, with like Xavier Watts and guys like that. I believe we can do that. So that's going to leave Ibuka out there. Is
Right.
Billy Bowman going to be the guy that's going to be following and tracking Ibuka, trying to keep him, off balance and trying to make sure he doesn't gas your offense up? Because they love him down there in Tampa, and they are not worried necessarily that they're not going to have Godwin, and that they're not going to have McMillan is either, because they're just down there saying Ibuka, 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 Ibuka.
Yeah.
We got to make sure.
McMillan ain't playing either.
Nah, he got
Uh,
injured. He's
Yeah.
out for a few weeks.
yeah, he
Remember, he
got a
had the
neck
spell
injury. He
on his
gonna be
neck.
out for a while. Yeah, he
Oh
gonna be out
shit.
for a while.
Oh man. So
Yeah.
we got to just worry about two.
Well,
I'm
I
kind
mean,
of
we'll see what happens with K.
But that's the tricky thing. They got to compensate for it. This is why Bucket Irvin is more important. That you
right.
got to cover him the right way. Because they had like three receivers out. So the other guy, I think they're even Book. I know he's a rookie, but the other guy, they're only second or third year players. So this is why Bucket Irvin is gonna be, important. To not get him going because they're gonna use him every single way they can.
Right.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so you got to
Yeah.
eliminate. You definitely William. You definitely got to eliminate them plays over the middle, and I think this is where Divine Diablo, Xavier Watts, and those guys come into play. This is where that speed comes into play
Right.
because if they throw the ball over the middle, you already know that those safeties gonna be ready to knock them silly. So I agree
got
with that.
to.
You got to eliminate that. Absolutely. Go ahead.
And then you mentioned Divine Diablo, right?
Right.
He's a converted safety. He can get on. I think he can check K out, man. I think he can
I
check
think
K
so
out.
too. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I can definitely see that because he has the speed. That's another reason why you brought him over here, because you
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to have that coverage. You
Yeah.
already seen so many times to where we would have guys dropping back in coverage. We have guys dropping back in coverage who have no business dropping back in coverage last year. So it's just like that's
Jimmy
just
Lake,
one
man.
thing.
Jimmy Lake.
Hey man, I'm just saying I like Caden, I like Nate, I like Nate Lamon, all those guys, but even Troy Anderson. But it's just like one thing we can say, we were definitely weak in the middle. So it's just we have to get that stronger, and also we have to have better play from just the secondary as a whole. So I believe like this Falcons defense, I think Jeff Ulbrich is going to have those guys who can be more aggressive because you're going to have to do that and have those guys that's hitting the correct gaps. If you're shooting these gaps, you can't have guys choosing the wrong gaps. We've seen a lot of that last year too. So gap responsibility is something that's going to have to be
I think he out mid the Mills. I don't think he gonna play at all.
We'll see. We will see.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, we ain't losing to no damn Bucks. If Godwin out, McMillan out, Iden out, we ain't losing the Bucks. Definitely no Mike Evans, man. Hell no, we ain't do that. Ain't happening.
If we lose that game without all three of those guys, somebody gonna have to be questioned because look at what we played. Look at how we played them last year. I wouldn't say with less talent, but like you said, with more speed on this team.
Yeah,
I mean, this team should be way more dominant than last year. And we all know you got to watch them timeouts too. If he fuck up with them timeouts, you already know it's gonna be a problem.
Please stop, bro. Don't, bro. Smitty, you don't even gotta tell you, bro.
Yeah,
listen, bro.
Don't go to the timeout.
Don't even mention the timeouts. It's funny. Coach had a good old laugh with talking about those timeouts at training camp.
Yeah, I bet he would. It cost us a playoff spot too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh well, you got to laugh it off to keep from crying.
Yeah.
Man, I want to throw my bro. I want to throw my remote at the wall so bad, bro. I never forget that play. I'm like, all right, why are you calling the timeout? You're past field goal range. Call a timeout, brother. It's not that, bro. Come on, man. Just do it. He just kept running down the clock.
These coaches, man, they outsmart their own selves, man. Damn.
Yes.
Like, come on, bro.
Yes.
Bro. I mean, you had to know your kicker. They have no leg. You know what I'm saying? You had to know that. Like,
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, he had a bomb hip too. And honestly, I don't even think that's one away. Because when we was watching preseason, me and Chris talked about it. He was still kicking the ball closer to the left than down the middle. So he still probably has a problem.
That's why they kept Creed. He's still
but he's on the pathway program, so I think he's gonna have to go through the process all over again, sign the contract and all that. So I mean, what do you do? Do you keep him on the program? Because I'm telling you, only thing he has to work on is accuracy. I saw it when he was kicking at Flyway Branch. I saw it the preseason game. He just got to work on accuracy, and you know how hard he needs to kick. He can kick the ball 75 yards.
Oh yeah, he got a leg on him.
You got to know when to put touch on the ball. You got to know when, how to angle the kick. So once he learns that, I think he takes over the starting spot, and it could be before the year over. Who knows?
Man, I can tell you this much, man. 55-yard field goal ain't nothing no more. You got to make those.
No,
you can't.
Yeah,
yes. I mean, you look at the kid from Dallas. Look at the kid from Dallas, man. That's
70 yards.
Yeah, that shit ridiculous. But yeah, you got to be able to make 55 yards with ease now. And I mean, I like Cool, man, but last year, 12. He missed 12. We missed 12 kicks last year, man.
Yeah, and that nigga Craig dude, that dude got leg like a mountain goat.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, man, look.
This man is out of control.
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, the way you were kicking that ball, man, at Flower Branch, man. I know you remember Recondo, Sebastian Janikowski. That dude could kick a ball in the outer space. Lenny Craig has that same ability. So I mean, look.
Man, Sebastian Janikowski so good. They pick him like in the third round, some shit like that. Like he got.
No, he was Sebastian was a second round pick.
Yeah, I think second round. Yeah, that's
second
right.
round.
He was just that good. Yep, second round pick. Yeah. You know, you don't pick no kickers in the second round, but
but that dude, man, that
done since.
Boy, nope. Let me see. No, Grammatica was third round. So yeah, you're right.
But that kid Aubrey from Dallas, man, and he kicked straight,
absolutely,
straight down the middle too.
Hey man,
that kid good, man.
And one thing about it, let's just make sure that we get ourselves together on defense. And one thing about it too, guys, I don't want our rookies to have those jitters. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully when all the intros and all that and all the smoke and everything clears and the whistle blows, it's time to play football. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the moment will be too big for these guys, but of course you already know we're going to have to go out here and earn our respect. Even though we swept these guys, the whole world should know that if Kirk Cousins doesn't fall off a cliff with injuries and bad quarterback play, trying to keep the starting job, if you will, we would have won that division. Again, Cam,
Oh,
you said it earlier.
most
The division was good as ours. It was in good hands until it wasn't. So I believe we got to still go out here and earn our respect, and it's okay. I'm glad we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're beat up. We're beat up. Let's go out here, buckle the chin strap, and to see who's the better team. I'm going with the team that can fly.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah.
But
Same here.
I agree, man. But speaking of that, and you did it, we did at the same time.
We say anytime, yeah.
Go
Smitty,
ahead.
leave
You
stuff
got
alone. X factors, guys. We got to get into the X factors. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a particular position. It doesn't matter if it's the whole defense, whole offense, etc. Just guys, please give us your X factors for the game. At least, some one of each. You want to go offense, one defense, you can do that as well. We are in the part of X factors right now.
X factor. I have one. Execution. I like, it's not really a specific player, obviously.
Hey, that's a good one though, nephew. That's a good one, man. You got to execute. Go ahead.
Execution, man. Obviously the way Mike goes, the team goes. But execution is very important. It's very critical. The smallest things can cost us a game. And I want to Deanna, she commented, can we let go of the timeouts, please? We have more issues than the timeouts. You're right. You're right. We did have more issues for sure. But at the same time, though, when you're in a very pivotal moment that has playoff implications, you're gonna continue to hear it from me. So it's like, okay, just call a timeout. And this isn't calling a timeout to, just to call a timeout. This is a strategic timeout. So I think time management is, you have to execute with time management. And that's very important. And I know we came across as if like we're truly serious about it. And at the end of the day, in hindsight, yeah, you should have called the timeout. Awesome. I'm still gonna sleep great at night. But at the same time, time management is a huge X factor with Raheem and Zach Robinson. You have to truly learn how to manage your time better. But execution on the field, Mike, I'm excited to see what he does. Obviously, our defensive unit got younger. They got more athletic. And so unfortunately, not unfortunately, but we are playing a team that is expected to win the division. And so you come out, start fast. That's another X factor as well. Start fast, punch the team in the mouth. I compare the Falcons to the Georgia Bulldogs.
But you saying start fast, but will that rust take a while to kick off before? I think it's going to take them at least the first quarter for that rust to knock off. Even though they practice a lot, they had those joint practices, they still got to knock out the rust because they really hadn't seen any game action.
I take that back, actually. Let me rephrase, because that's a good point you made. Last year, when the Falcons lost to Pittsburgh in week 1, everybody was saying, man, this season is lost. Just go ahead and throw away the season. And I said, and I put on Instagram and TikTok, I said, we have to have patience. Right. Obviously, this is Kirk Cousins. He's coming back from an Achilles injury. And for the first 9 games, the dude was playing somewhat at an MVP caliber level. And all of that happened when we had time. And I am not oblivious to, the slow start that may occur. Obviously, there's going to be some rust. Clearly, the Atlanta Falcons were that team that went home when majority of the NFL teams went home because they didn't make the playoffs. Absolutely. And so it's different when you're playing in a real game scenario, as opposed to playing in practice camp, as opposed to playing even preseason. Like our starters Mike didn't even play preseason. Drake didn't even play preseason. Bijan didn't even play preseason. So a lot of
the rust off. Yeah,
you know what I mean. So to knock the rust off. So for a lot of us, I do think we should expect rust. But if there isn't rust, man, and somehow some way there isn't rust, then man, like, who am I to stop y'all?
I mean, it's gonna be a lot to see, but Bucket Irvin Worshipper, man. I know you're a Bucks fan, man. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. We welcome all fans, man. So
Yeah.
thank you for tuning in. But Reddick is not gonna get 4 sacks on Sunday. You can forget.
He's already on a prove-it contract. We'll see.
Right.
We'll see what
He ain't getting
happens.
no 4 sacks.
That's funny.
We'll see what happens.
That's funny.
It's gonna be nice, man. Recondo, what's your? Hold on. Who we on now?
What's up,
Yeah,
Twisted? Hey man, y'all please go check out Twisted Torch
What's
TV
good, Twisted?
Going on,
on
Twisted?
YouTube, man.
What's up, man?
He does his thing, man. When he turn on that light, y'all already know he finna put on the show, man.
Oh,
Twisted. Also too, man, congratulations. He's a first-time father, man. So
Oh,
Congratulations.
man.
Stuff. Beautiful stuff.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. So yeah, so my X factor, let's see. Man. It's the first game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And Smitty missed rust. So we're gonna stay with that theme. Let's say turnovers and penalties. That if we can limit turnovers and we can limit penalties, I think we're gonna be all right. I mean, that execution go without saying, of course, but man, I don't know how many times last year we was in the red zone and we got a holding penalty, and then that don't forget that 4-game stretch where Kirk Cousins turned the ball over like nine times.
Yeah.
So like just turnovers and penalties, if we can kind of limit that in that first game to get it out the way, I think we'll be good. Because once we start the rolling, man, these guys start to get into the season, I think they're gonna be good. But that first game,
absolutely.
just because they didn't play in the preseason game, to y'all point, going live and getting that first hit, because I remember when I played. Yeah. Once you get that first hit out of the way, you like, oh, now it's football season. It's football season.
Yeah,
so,
right.
So you just get the jitters out, and turnovers and penalties is my X factors. Something simple as that. So, hey, and I do want to say,
go ahead.
Deanna said about timeouts, right? In that game, that Washington game, in that third quarter, our offense had the ball one time. I have to always say that. Because everybody want to cry about the timeout that Raheem didn't call and it didn't call, right? But we had the ball one time in the whole third quarter.
And they had one drive over 9 minutes and stuff.
They did.
So we couldn't get out the field. So our defense sucked the last 2 games of the season. That's why we lost. That's why we in the playoffs. But
they turned defense back over to Jimmy Lake after that Giants game.
Yeah.
That game, they turned it right back over to Jimmy.
Yeah, and those last 2 games, man, our defense freaking sucked. So that's why we lost those 2 games, man. I mean, how would the Panthers score 40? Man, I don't want to talk about it. Go ahead.
Tom Mack, appreciate you coming through. Bucks fan, appreciate you. I'm gonna just go with the Rick and James Pierce. And the reason why I say I'm going with James Pierce, he's gonna have to set the tempo on defense with that aggressive style of play. He's gonna have to set the edge. He's gonna have to keep his eye on the quarterback. He's gonna have to do the stunts and whatever they call. And as I told y'all, Albrecht got to put him in a position to succeed. If he can do that, and if he just get 1 sack and 5 pressures, that's a game-winning formula to me. And to see him come out the first game, get that kind of momentum going, I think it's going to be key for the fact. Because guess what? Like I said, if you knock Baker off his spot out of the pocket, I think he's going to make a mistake, and I think he's going to get sacked a couple of times. So I think James Pierce has to be the key, the X factor on defense to set the edge and keep Baker Mayfield inside the pocket. So I'm gonna go James Pierce Jr. as my X factor.
Hey Smitty, I like you picked him, but I'm gonna just say this real quick. We got a couple of players on this team is big game players. Big game players. Jalen Walker is a big game player. He is, man. Go back and watch all the big games that we had. That boy showed out. Jalen Walker. I know I'm talking
Texas.
I know I'm talking about college, but big time players. Xavier Watts, big time players. Billy Bowman, big time players. Jesse Bates, big time players. Drake London, big time players. Like, we got a couple big time players on this team. And to your point, James Pierce Jr. I think he gonna be one of those big time players, man. Big game players.
Oh, definitely.
Love it, man. For me, X factors, I'm gonna have to go with. Well, one thing that I said just about the Falcons defense as a whole, we have got to get off the field. Third down, that was one of the best teams, so when it comes to third down. We had one way to make a statement, one way to put everyone on notice, and especially in the NFC South, that the Atlanta Falcons are here to try to make some noise. Get off the field, keep Baker on the sideline, or keep Baker on the turf. At the end of the day, we have to execute on defense as a whole, as a
Facts.
unit. So that's one thing I can say. Make sure you're getting off the field, especially on third down against this team. Also, if I'm going to the offensive side, nobody has said it because I know it's like easy to say, but we got to make sure that Elijah Wilkinson is holding up at right tackle against Todd Bowles blitzes. No matter what we have to do, no matter what personnel we need to run, we have to make sure that we're protecting Michael Penix Jr. at all costs. So, those are pretty much my X factors. Execution on both sides of the ball, really, kind of, when you really think about it. So we have to make sure
So
we're
you and Kam on the
setting
same
the tone.
page. That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
we got to set the tone. We have to set the
Yeah.
tone this year. We have to punch people in the mouths. It's time for the Atlanta Falcons. It's time for this logo to be feared, you know what I'm saying? More so than laughed at, more so than mocked. I'm tired of that BS, and it's time for every Falcon fan to feel the same so we can all go out there, represent our team, support our team, let them feel our energy, especially on Sunday in our home. Let them feel our energy and let them, go out there and execute, and let's get this W on
Facts.
Sunday.
I'm answering the question right quick. The way they're gonna deal with it, you're gonna see a lot of 12 personnel, two tight ends on the field. Sometimes you're gonna see two running backs in the backfield. They're gonna find a way to stop that pass rush, man, because Michael Penix has to have time. And y'all saw it last year with Charlie Warner lining up next to McGarry last year, helping him with power rushing. It worked with TJ Watt for most of the game. In the fourth quarter, they just let it go. They just got off their game plan, and he caused that fumble that ended the game. So you just got to keep that 12 personnel handy, keep two tight ends on the field at all times, or most of the time, and keep somebody in that backfield on third down to block for him if he's trying to go medium to long as far as how far they got to go for the first down. So it's always a way to counter it. You just gotta be mindful of, what the score is, what down it is, how many yards, all that. They do that, they'll be fine.
Like, let me say this. Let me say this, because I know everybody kind of, and I get it. Elijah Wilkins ain't Caleb McGarry, right? But the dude got 45 starts in NFL at guard and tackle. He got 45 starts. He's gonna play in 77 games. Like, so it's not like he's somebody. He been in the league for 8 years. He can play. He ain't no, he'll swing offensive lineman between guard and tackle. So he comes in and fill the role. So it's not like we just put somebody out there that don't know what they're doing. I mean, the dude
he
don't
has
play.
45 career starts, so he knows what he's doing.
Yes. So like I get it, but it's not like we put somebody out there like we put what Jalen Mayfield. We ain't putting Jalen Mayfield out there. You see what I'm saying?
God, don't call it. His name banned from this show.
Yeah, we ain't put him out there, man. You see what I'm saying? We putting somebody out there that has played some football. So I mean, he ain't gonna be the best thing. I get it, but he out there with 4 starters, and they're gonna help him out. They'll put it. They'll have a tight end on that side, the chip.
Right. Deanna, I used to be a part of that show. Yeah, I still watch it. I did the show last year. My boy Berto is doing it now. But yeah, the hate for Atlanta is absolutely real, and it's not going to change until we shut them up. And I think this is the perfect time to do that. And I think if we can win 11 games, I think that's a deep playoff run, because you're gonna get that first week game because of the home field. But you looking at the NFC East, you got 2 teams coming out that division. The NFC North, possibly 2 teams. So I mean, the West, they're gonna have a team come out the West. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be like a NASCAR race. They're gonna be up on each other until the end. because there's a lot of talent in the NFC this year, and quarterback play is going to be key. And a lot of
Sure
teams,
is.
a lot of analysts and journalists don't ever give Jared Goff the credit he deserves, but that's a guy he could easily sneak up and win the MVP this year. This is how close the NFC is. And with the division that we're playing this year, it's gonna make our schedule a little bit tougher. But guess what? We got something that can offset that with the young talent that we have. So it's
Yeah,
really gonna be all on Zach Robinson, Raheem Morris, and Jeff Ulbrich.
yeah. I'll be honest with you, man. Sometimes you listen to the national media, and I don't think they watch out a lot of teams,
No, they
man.
don't. They don't.
I mean,
They
I'll be
don't.
honest with you. Like I hear some of these people, and they go down they best running back, and they never mention Bijan, and I'm like, come on, man. If you ain't mentioned Bijan in your top 5, you won't watch enough football. It's just that
Yeah,
simple.
yeah,
There's no way you talking about NFL football and you ain't talking about Bijan Robinson, one of the best running backs in the league, because he is. And I'm
absolutely.
not saying that because I'm an Atlanta Falcon fan. I'm just saying that's a fact. He one of the
Yeah,
best running backs
absolutely.
in the league, man. Like, it's that simple. And so when I hear these guys,
83 broken tackles, Recondo. Over 83 broken tackles.
yes,
I think that was tops in the league if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
Right. Missed tackles.
I just don't understand. Like, you listen to him talking, be like, do you know who on our team? Like, do y'all really are paying attention? Like, no.
Right.
And that's why I love you guys, man. Cause y'all got me in this, cause I didn't know what this many Falcon fans are. Don't be honest with y'all.
Yeah, I remember. Man, look, Ricardo, I remember when you was in my chat a long time ago when I first started going live. You
Yeah,
were one of the
man.
first people in there.
Yeah, I was like, man, it's this many Falcon fans out there. Oh shit.
Right.
Man, look,
So I love y'all, man, because we watch the team. We know what we got. You know what I'm saying? We young and we ain't proved nothing yet, but we up and coming, man. And this year
fact.
with this young team, this is the start. Like you mentioned 2016. This how you start to get to the playoff consistently, right? Because you got this young core, and if this young core can do something this year, it's they can start building. You look at the Seattle teams, you look at that Detroit team, the way it's looking right now. That's how you start to build something. So sleep on this. I hope they are sleeping on this. It's good.
And you got to think Washington too, man. Washington has a lot of young talent, man. And then you got to
Right.
think about Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn has been a Super Bowl caliber coach, so
Yes.
they got what they need,
Yes.
and they added talent. They've got rid of some people, but it was much warranted because of contracts. But they still brought back in a lot of talent. But let's get it, GA. That's my dog, man. Appreciate the donation. Truly, truly appreciate it. Y'all go check him out on YouTube, man. He does gaming, Madden, college football. He knock you out on the 2K. He does his thing, man. He does live stream videos, and man, look, he just does his thing, man. Again, appreciate the donation, and like I said, if y'all want to donate, just hit that super chat, man. If y'all want to donate, that's
We appreciate it.
I was gonna say, I personally consider. I was gonna say two things. I personally consider Bijan Robinson a top 3 running back in the entire National
hell
Football
yeah.
League.
I
Top
agree.
3.
Yep.
And with respect to Saquon and with respect to Derrick Henry and what they did last year, man, it was crazy. But the reason why Bijan didn't necessarily get a lot of the same media coverage as those two individuals is because we're the Falcons. And
no,
unfortunately,
not only that, nephew. I think it was because of Kirk Cousins as well.
oh, for
Everybody was
sure.
focusing on what he was doing, what he was
Yeah.
not doing.
Yeah.
And look, the media said it before they didn't say it before I did, but they agreed with me.
Yeah.
We knew he was hurt. It was
Yeah.
Raheem Morris's fault.
Yeah.
And when Kirk Cousins started playing, after that 63 start, when he went downhill, they started keying in on Bijan. Then the turnovers came. Then, the defense was getting tired. They were getting run in the ground. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
go
agree,
ahead.
man. And it's unfortunate. And so I think, and I saw in one of the chat William Will said that there's some fake Falcons fans in Atlanta. And I say this with respect. I'm not here to say who's fake and who's not fake, but what I will say is last year when we lost the first game to Pittsburgh, there were some people who immediately gave up on the season. and they didn't.
They do that every year.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
did not. They did not have. Now, when we got to the middle of the season, when Kirk was really falling off the cliff, then that's when everybody starts to panic. Because I'm like, all right, Kirk, like, brother, you was just playing good, and now all of a sudden you throwing 5 interceptions in one game. I'm sorry, 4 interceptions in one game against the Chargers.
That's when he
So
should have got benched.
that's exactly when he should have got benched. So for me, I say this, and I say this with respect. Grandizer said anyone can get in front of a mic and talk, media and content creators. It's those who do their due diligence that stand out. You get what one puts in. It's not easy work, and he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
200% correct.
He's
Hey,
absolutely right.
But see, that's why I make you mad. They be getting paid all that money. They don't even know what the hell they talking about. You be like, God,
Exactly.
man, I can do that.
Exactly.
That
And y'all want to hear something funny? When they were talking about Jerry Jones the other day, I actually put in a comment in the comment box. They got read on the CBS Sports YouTube channel, and they kind of looked at it. Like, they get where I'm coming from, but I'm gonna say it because I know it's true. The Dallas Cowboys are never gonna be anything until Jerry Jones is gone. That means to the upper room, and I'm just being honest because that's what I do. But you just gotta be, I wouldn't say intelligent, but you just gotta have common sense.
Yeah.
Because something that you just see and you just know.
Yeah.
Because when Recondo remember this as well, when the Raiders was good, it was the 80s. Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson, all those guys. But when Al Davis got older and he got senile, that team got shot to you know what.
Yep.
And Dallas Cowboys are going through the same thing right now with Jerry Jones. He's
Dude,
getting older.
Al Davis hired a coach. He didn't even know where he came from. I'm serious. He did. He hired a coach, and
absolutely.
He was like, where he come from? Like, you just hired him. You don't even know your coach. You new coaches because he just fired a coach, and they was hiring a new coach.
I think that was after Art Shell got fired.
Yeah, it was a hot
after Art Shell got fired. Right.
And it was a hot mic, and he was like, when we gonna introduce a new coach, where he come from again? Like, what?
Yeah.
See now, dude. Davis had got.
And so now, like with the mainstream media, I think it's very important for us to shout out. Let's get a GA, man. Much love. I do think that a lot of these people, and I think Recondo mentioned it, a lot of these people, they don't watch the games.
Nah, man, it's no way.
They don't watch the games. And so now I don't know. I feel like if we're gonna talk, if you're in mainstream media, if you're gonna speak negative about the Falcons, at least watch the games. Don't say you're not gonna take them seriously because they lost 28-3. Okay, that happened.
That was 7 years ago. Let that go.
Right.
Yeah,
that happened 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Like what? Like y'all are the 28-3 lives more rent free in the heads of non-Falcons fans than it do actual Falcons fans. And so when you see content Falcon creators and content, Falcons journalists speak game, and because your ego can't take it, not saying y'all, but like some people's ego can't take it, you have to use the phrase 28-3 to undermine what the Falcons are actually building. And so this goes back, and this fosters into the NBA coverage and how the game of basketball is covered. Like a lot of these dudes don't watch the way sports media is cultivated. We're going to they don't watch it. We're only going to focus on the topics that generate engagement. Because if they generate engagement,
and it's funny you say that, Cam, because me and Let's Get It GA was talking about that not too long ago. Because when you talk about the Yankees, the Cowboys, the Lakers, LeBron James, that's all you're gonna see in mainstream media. But what about the owners that are actually making a change in the community? What about the GM that are actually getting hired at a younger age, actually doing their job the correct way? Start to cover things that mean something to fans, and not just what you think they want to see. Because we get tired of talking about the Yankees and the Cowboys and all these, billion-dollar teams. It gets old.
Yeah, it does, man. Yeah, real journalism, like you said, man. Yeah, that's the mainstream media today. I mean, I guess you understand it because they making money. Yeah, they getting the clicks and stuff. So, but
and you know what's crazy? You know, Smitty and Chris, on my TikTok, y'all know I've been going in on Kirk Cousins for the last few months.
Yeah, about the last 6 months, right?
The last 6 months. And when I watched Quarterback, and when I was done, it was a challenge to watch Quarterback because I had already made up in my mind, like, man, I don't want to hear what Kirk is gonna say. And so when because I knew what he was gonna say, it was gonna be bull jive. And so, but when I finished it, I was like, man, like, I don't like what you did, and I despise that you did it in the manner that you did it. But I understand truly. If we're taking, I'm not even putting on my content creator hat. I'm putting on my journalistic hat. I understand why you did it, and I understand why and what the implications were if you sat down. Again, L move on your part, Kirk, but I appreciate you at least taking the time to be honest about it instead, or in the aftermath of the situations of when you should have been honest about it. But it just goes on to say, man, sometimes it's not about it's unfortunately about what generates the engagement. So you can come out and shout, you can come out and yell and say the Falcons suck, and that'll have 100,000 views in 24 hours. But if you actually put out X's and O's like Chris and Smitty do, y'all put out X's and O's, that'll generate 400 or 4,000 views because people aren't concerned about the game. They're not concerned. And even if you're not putting out X's and O's, even if you're shouting out the most, some of the unpopular players like a Chris Lindstrom, like a Troy Anderson, like a Charlie Warner, some of those guys who make key plays down the line in the game. But we're going to put Michael Penix Jr. up on this pedestal so that when he's winning, we're going to only talk about him. But when he's not winning, we're still only going to talk about him. So it gets to a point where who is the priority? Is it your pockets or is it the team you're covering? Is it the views or is it the integrity that comes with your content creating? Because every journalist can be a content creator, but every content creator can't be a journalist. In other words, displaying that type of integrity that comes along with it. So,
hey, man, you just speaking something right there. I'm gonna tell you something. So, we doing this thing, right? And I did it for the love of the Falcons. I'm be honest with y'all. I wasn't in it for the money and all that stuff. I got a job, so I mean, it would be nice to to make some extra cash, but I just did it for the love of the Falcons. So if you notice, I don't talk about clickbait stuff. I just don't because it don't interest me. Because like I said, I'm in it for the love of the Falcons. So I can tell you, my biggest videos is one of our most polarized Falcons is Matt Ryan. I talk about Matt Ryan, it gets so many video clicks because you either love him or hate him. That's just the way Matt Ryan was, right? You either loved him or you hated Matt Ryan, right? So, when the Deshaun Watson trade came up, right? You get a lot of engagement. The Lamar Jackson, right? Some of that stuff, man, I don't know if that really interests me because I don't know if it's real. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to just talk about stuff. I know it's gonna get views, but if it ain't real and it really gonna mean something for the Falcons, I just ain't gonna talk about it.
Let me tell you why I do that, Recondo. I do that to give people a different perspective to look at. Yeah, you talk about things that may or may not happen. It gives people different perspective on what could happen, how it could make the team better, and just how it could work. Because
I get it.
I actually talked about Kirk Cousins last year, before he even got signed. Where was it? It was the year before, 2023. I thought they were going to get him at the trade deadline, but I said, why do that when you can just sign him, next offseason? But I just didn't know that he would look that bad. And the crazy thing about it, I told y'all on this show last year, if we lost that New Orleans game, that possibly could ruin our season. Why? Because losses like that mess up your psyche.
It
Think
does.
about it. You lost seven. They lost 7 games in a row before they played us that game, and they played like trash that game. But we could not move the football when we needed to. We
Well,
couldn't
Young
make
Way
2
Coop,
first downs.
Young Way Coop
Yeah,
missed 3
and
field
Kutu,
goals.
because still, even though he missed those kicks, I feel like we still should have found a way to get the ball in the end zone.
I agree.
So when you see things like that, this is why I bring up those points. When you say like if Bijan having a bad game, Tyler Algier hurt, you need to bring in a running back. They not gonna just put it in the press. I'm gonna put it out there. Since Bijan hurt and Algier, I'm sorry, since Bijan playing, Algier hurt, we need another backup running back. Yeah, we got another third string running back, but why not go out and get a veteran that can come in and play right away? So my thing is, I'm just trying to put out content as to keep the people thinking in more ways than one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Just keep options open. That's all
I,
I.
I
That's all
I
it is.
get it, man. I said because I'm not in it for the clicks. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
get
just
it. Oh
don't.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I just want to talk about stuff that I'm really passionate about. So that's when I get on here. You hear me talking, man. I can get
Facts.
on and talk. I don't even have to have nobody to check, and I can talk for an hour just on the
Hey, that's
Falcons.
how it's supposed.
We know that.
See,
And you
one
know what
thing
I'm saying?
about it,
Because
man.
that's why I
I
do it.
know I know how it was with Recondo when I started, man. I was at 48 Subs for God knows how long, and I said, man, I'm gonna just keep going because I know eventually it's gonna pick up.
Yeah,
Because one week I would have 5 viewers. 2 weeks after that, it'd be 12, 13, and then it just started to pick up. And then it got up to 50, 60. I said, okay, I'm doing something now. So when you do that and it picks up, it's just called consistency. That's all.
yeah.
But Warren Gotti, this my guy, Warren, Washington Commanders content creator. Y'all please go check him out, Warren Gotti Talking Sports. He's gonna welcome me on his show right before the Commanders game. So
On
shout
that
out to
get
Okay.
back.
Warren. And
You
Yes,
want that
thank you
sir.
for
get
coming
back?
through, my brother.
I
Yeah.
said, yeah, man. But we still got a couple more topics. I know we kind of
Oh, score
sidetracked a
prediction.
little bit, but yeah,
Oh,
man, we got a couple more topics to go on, man. So score predictions, man. Real quick, man. Give me you guys score predictions. What you guys think this final score will be in chat? Please do the same.
I will
yeah.
say, I do have to get off because I have to get up in the morning. But my score prediction is going to be Falcons 31-10.
Damn.
Mm.
Wow.
Hey, that's a nice one
That
right
boy
there. I
predicting
love
a blowout, man. But Cam, I know you got to go, man. Please tell everybody where to find you before you get out of here.
Yeah. Again, I appreciate y'all for having me on the platform, man. I love it. Big fan. But y'all can find me at TikTok, on TikTok at GoTime TV, and on Instagram at GoTime PC, for production company, just GoTime PC. And then on YouTube, GoTime Production Co. That is it. So yeah, that's where y'all can find me, fellas. But I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
No doubt, Cam.
Hey,
We'll
man.
catch you soon, my
sir.
brother.
I will definitely
Yeah.
catch you
Yes,
soon, man.
sir.
All right. See y'all soon, man. Nice meeting you, Recondo.
Yes, man.
All right. See y'all, man.
Mhm.
Salute.
That's our
Hey,
nephew Cam, man. Make sure y'all go check him out on TikTok, man. He does the damn thing over there, man. Trust me, every single day. But Recondo, go ahead, my man.
all right. My score prediction. It's gonna be a little closer game than that, I think. I'm gonna
Cam don't be
Me
playing.
too.
I'm gonna go 27-24. It's a
Okay.
division game. I think it's gonna be close. I think we got the
Me
scoring
and you on
points. So I think we're
me and
gonna
you on the same page.
I
Me and
think
you on the same page.
27-24.
That's the absolute score I had. I feel like it's gonna be a shootout. I feel like the last team with the football wins the game, and I feel like that's gonna be the Falcons. As I told y'all, they need to control the clock. If they control the clock, the score might not even be close, and that's probably what Cam is going with that. But
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna go 27-24 too, Recondo. I just think they can put enough pressure on Baker Mayfield to force some turnovers. Now, I feel like they'll be up probably by 10 points, but Tampa Bay makes it close in the end, but the Falcons put it out in the end. Chris, go ahead.
Mhm. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say I think it's going to be a 24-20 game. Still close, but still about 4 points. I believe that the Buccaneers actually are probably going to try to come out fast. I think that they will start off fast but finish slow. And I think the Atlanta
Absolutely.
Falcons are going to, after a series or two getting things together, I think they're going to be rolling. I think
On the
Bijan
EQ.
what's good, fam? I feel like Bijan Robinson, he's going to have the balance for Michael Penix. Michael Penix is going to make the right reads, the great throws. I believe he's going to wow some people. I'm standing 10 toes. I believe we're going to go 3-0 in the last 2 years against the Bucs. And also the edge rush, the guys on the edge, the pass rush also making a difference as well in this game, surprising some people and having some people talking about the Atlanta Falcons come Monday morning and how we, our pass rush executed. So I'm going 24-20 our Atlanta Falcons.
That's
Man,
what I'm talking about, man.
yeah, I believe, you said, I think our boys going to be juice, man. I think the youth,
Sure.
the young boys on defense, I think they're gonna be flying out. I think they're gonna be fired up, bro.
I do too.
Hey, Bucky, throw your prediction out there, man. Throw your prediction out there.
Throw your prediction out there.
Throw your prediction. I mean, that was for everybody. Throw your predictions out there.
Throw your predictions on out there, man. Go ahead, throw them on out there, man. We having fun, man. We having fun. We having fun with this, man. We ain't got to be serious about everything.
31-20
I like it.
34-21. Dang.
Falcons. Woo! I love it, man.
He said 100% the Bucs. I know the Bucs. I know you think the Bucs gonna win. Just give us a score. What you think the score gonna be?
Give us a score.
Larry, what's up, my guy?
Larry,
28-10.
28-10.
I like that.
Well, I love.
Oh, he think. Oh man, you tripping? 31-20. Oh yeah,
you crazy.
Hey, win or lose, make sure you show back up this Sunday on the post game.
We'll see.
Make sure
what
you
happens.
show up Sunday for the post game.
Hey,
man, y'all ain't scoring no 31 points, man.
All right, before we get ready to close out, man, I got a couple of questions for everybody.
Twan, what's up, man?
With the chat included, we're gonna go with some over and unders for the season. Just a couple of questions. No, I'm not going off of anything that I have seen this off season. This is just some random numbers that I brought up. So that you think that our guys can either eclipse or they're not going to reach it. We've done this before, like a couple of years ago and everything. So it's time to bring it back before we end this super show, man. And shout out to everybody who's joined us so far. And if you joined us late, make sure you catch it from the beginning. But yeah, man, over and under for the season numbers for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to start it off with Michael Penix Jr. Over or under 4,100 yards?
Over.
Okay. What you got, Smitty?
I break even. 41 is about where I'm at. So I break even with that.
All right, chat. Let me know something in the chat as well. Let's see. I think I see a over. Yeah, I see a over. Okay. I like it. Hey, because my thing is, that's what I'm talking about. Over. All right. I love it, man, because that means we're getting the ball around to the guys that we need to get it to. We're getting up and down the field over that, especially coming in the second year for him. Yeah.
The only reason why I'm breaking even at 41 is because I feel like the run game is going to be more important. I feel like Bijan should be at about 1,500, and I feel like Tyler should be between, I would say, 7 and 850 or somewhere in there. Because I think that the run game is going to be more important than anything. Even though we need him to put those yards up, we need the run game to help control the clock as well.
I love it. Everybody's saying over. A lot of people saying over. Bucky Irvin just being a hater, but it's all good.
Hey, Granddad, go back to the beginning of the show because we talked about it at the beginning about the captains. So yeah, go check out the beginning of the show and you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, man, we covered that at the very beginning because that was like a hot topic, so we definitely had to throw that in there. Also, we forgot, but real quick, shout out because Simeon Barrow is a part of the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm happy to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? They released Brandon Parker, and thank you for your service, sir, but it just wasn't coming. So you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, thank you so very much
You ain't right.
for bringing back Simeon Barrow Jr. a guy who was getting after it in the preseason.
No doubt.
So I'm
No
glad that
doubt.
we have that depth. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, love it, love it, love it.
They should have
Okay,
got rid of
we got a couple unders. We do have a couple unders. Vontae say
Vontae say 38-50.
on TJ say under. So not everybody feels like Michael Penix is going to have this 4,000-yard season in his first full time as a starter.
Honestly, bro, as long as he make the right throws at the right time in the clutch, he can have 3,500 yards as long as we win the football game. That's all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest.
Mhm.
Only reason I'm saying this, because it's only two quarterbacks that back-to-back seasons had the most passing yards in college, and that was Michael Penix Jr. and Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes and Michael Penix Jr. back-to-back seasons, right? Gunslingers, man. Them boys throw that rock, and that's what he gonna do. He gonna throw it, and that's why the run game the run game gonna be so important, because if he can get that run game going,
And he still that play action.
it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
Facts.
It's gonna be nice.
I just hope Mooney can stay healthy because that's his vertical threat. So I hope Mooney can stay healthy for that, man. Because if Mooney's not healthy this season, that's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, man. I hear you, fam. The next one I got for you. Next one I got for you is Bijan Robinson. Over or under for Bijan Robinson? 2,000 all-purpose yards.
Over. Over, because I think he's gonna run for 15 again, and he's probably gonna have well over 500 receiving. Because I see him breaking more explosive plays this year, especially with a quarterback that can get him the ball down the field. I could see him at about 2,200.
Yeah, I'm gonna say over as well, man. I don't know if anybody remember this, because it's got to go back to the greatest show on turf with Marshall Falk. I think Bijan got hands like that, man. He got he got some hands on him. And if anything we saw in training camp where they was putting him in the passing game a little bit more, I believe definitely over. He can have over 2,000 all-purpose yards. Right.
So love it. Let's see the chat saying over. He can't be stopped. Over. He's going to excel. Learn everything. I think he's talking about Michael Penix. Okay, yeah, we got some overs. Over. He's been close. 2 years now. It's time for that. And and I'm glad you said that, Bags, because that's honestly another reason why I brought it up. Because he has been so close. So I'm trying to figure if this could be the year that he finally gets there and everything. So you already know it. I'd be crazy not to say his name. I'd be crazy not to mention over or under 700 yards receiving for our guy. 4th overall, Kyle Pitts.
I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do this too.
I had to.
Well, he had what, 6? What he had last year?
He had 6 last year. So
yeah, over.
I say under. I'm gonna stay right at 7, and I think that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair because you got to think about they got to spread the ball around. You got to think about Ray McLeod. Somebody's gonna have to take a loss. If he goes over 700 yards, somebody's gonna have to take a loss. And I think that would be Ray. But like I said before, it would be Ray. But I just got to stay at 700 because they've got to spread the ball around so much. You got to think about Tyler. You got to think about Bijan. Yeah, you even got to think about the rookies that came, who they signed to the practice squad. Chris Blair. You got to think about all that, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go 700. If he goes over 850, Falcons Super Bowl team. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Man, I can tell you this much. He was the 4th targeted player on the team last year, behind Darnell, Drake, Bijan, and he was tied with Ray. I think that 83 targets. So
right. To your point, somebody gonna take a loss.
Yeah, he need to be top 3 targets, which he had to be behind the 2 receivers,
right?
And then he'll reach that eclipse. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think Bijan gonna have more than him again. So I think he's gonna be 4th. So.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, man, I got some Oh yeah, man. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Yeah, we almost
Appreciate you,
over.
Mel.
I got a couple
Yeah,
more.
we almost done, man. We about to roll.
Yeah.
We ain't mean to
Yeah,
talk
man.
y'all
So,
ears off tonight, but go ahead.
So I just got two more.
Okay, go ahead. We good.
We're leaving the offense alone. We're going to go to the defense now.
Okay.
Over or under, and this is including sacks, fumbles, interceptions, just complete turnovers. Over or under a total of 70.
You said 70?
You said 70?
Over or under?
It's under, man. They ain't no 70 turnovers.
Hey. We have some people
I would break that even. I would break that even because you got.
You talking about sacks too? Oh, we added
that's
sacks
why I said sacks, interceptions, fumbles, just complete turnovers.
I break even with 70. I break even with 70 because I'm thinking 45 sacks, 45 to 50 sacks. So I'm gonna break. Yeah, I'm gonna break even with that because you think about interception. I say about 12 to 15. Forced fumbles, I would say 10 because Leonard Floyd is one of the best in the game at doing that. So I'll break even at 70.
My man Kim said we going over, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. Yeah, because I mean a team has had 60 sacks, so I mean I'm just saying. But with that being said, if we can get over 70 as a team for turnovers, look out. Okay,
we're going to Super Bowl.
Look out.
So saying right there, man. Big supporter of the show. Appreciate you, my guy.
Facts. You said we got another over. Deanna said, I'm not sure about that. Hey, that's a big number for a young team, for the youth movement. But I got to ask these questions. All right, my last one. Over or under one, and there's just one special teams touchdown this year. Over or under one. Just one. We hadn't seen it in a while.
Jamal Agnew, one of the best in the league. I say over.
Yeah, I say over too.
Yeah, he one of the best return men in the league, and then you got Raymond McLeod as well. So you got two of the best. So I would give him at least two.
Yeah, I'm gonna say over.
And Zach Harrison is 6'6". He can block a kick, and they can return for a touchdown.
I'm gonna say over, man.
Yeah, two. I say two. Vontae said 22 forced fumbles. Wow.
Dang. I like that.
That happened. They going undefeated.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you because the ball is going the other way too much in the season, bro. That's man. What that'll be? What 1 point? Man, I can't even do numbers right now, but we definitely know it's at least one per game.
At 22 at 17 games, that's about 1.4.
Well, shoot, 18 game season, but we have regular season because I guess I'm thinking about the playoffs too. Oh, but yeah, man, regular season. But if you include the playoffs too, you get at least a forced fumble in every single game. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah,
that could
man,
be possible. Could be a high scoring game. Absolutely. I'm at 27-24 with Recondo, so that's high scoring.
That's high scoring.
Yeah. I can definitely go with that.
Well, guys, that's all I got for you guys, man. It's been a wonderful show, man. We really almost did this thing about 2 hours, but we said it was going to be a super show, and I think we brought, the super content. We had Recondo, the real Falcon fan. We had Kam of Go Time, and of course, Smooth, Smitty, and myself. And of course, we couldn't have done none of this without each and every one of you guys, man. So this has been another great show, in my opinion. And I'm happy to have been sharing this platform with you guys. Let's get ready. It is Tuesday. It's going to be hard to sleep when I get to Friday. I ain't going to lie to you because Falcons football.
Take some cough syrup. You'll be all right.
Man,
yeah, man.
Well, I'm over here drinking Benadryl, man. What I'm doing? NyQuil, what it is?
Hey, Benadryl work too. I take Benadryl myself.
Yeah, hey, NyQuil, man, knock you out too. Believe it or not.
Appreciate you, son.
Yes, sir. Good night, everybody. Thank
you. But you know what, dude, Recondo, man. Tell everybody where to find you, my guy.
Yeah, like they said, man. Recondo, real Falcon fan on all the platforms. I just went on to change my name. You can go out and find me on X, Instagram, of course, YouTube. Recondo, real Falcon fan. So come in and kick it with me. We talk Falcons football.
100, man. Y'all know where to find me, man. I'm always dropping content. I done dropped about 4 shorts today, and I'm gonna keep dropping every time news drop. So y'all go to Smitty Sports Machine, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Y'all ain't even got to subscribe. Just hit the like button. It'll help me get through the algorithm. That'll help me even more. But I'm always on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter blowing that thing up. If y'all see that boom meme, that's me. If y'all see that kick meme, that's me.
Nah.
So I'm always on Twitter, man, doing that thing, man. But shout out to y'all in the chat, man, for coming through, man. And we appreciate it. Bucky, we'll see you Sunday, man. We'll see you Sunday. Win or lose. Win or lose. If y'all win, you can come through talking trash. I'm all for it. Just be respectful.
Hey,
but if y'all win,
go ahead,
come through talking trash.
hey, before we get out of here, for you Falcons fans out there, if we lose, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's just one game.
First game.
Just one game.
It's the first game of the season, man.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be okay. Don't jump off the ship yet. And we already know the narrative. They should have played them in the preseason, so let's go and get that out the way if we lose. So
I know you a lifesaver, man. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, y'all, please go on to my videos and hype them up, man. Y'all go to any one of my videos, 5 minutes or longer. You can't be a short. It can't be a live stream. It has to be a regular video, 5 minutes or longer. Y'all can go into the comments, hype it up, and then it help me get to the universe that way too, man. So please go hype your boy up, man. Hype your boy up. Twan, good night, my brother. Appreciate you always coming.
Night, everyone. Thank y'all for coming.
Chris,
for showing.
Peace out.
And again, man, hey, man. For me, I'm Chris Moore, A1 Forever Sports. That's the platform on YouTube. Please come over, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, man, have a Falcon conversation, a Hawks conversation, a Braves conversation. You just never know what you're going to get at A1 Forever Sports. Working on generating some more time as to put out more sports content. You know, we all got to work, but I'm trying to, do what I got to do, to get out there and keep bringing out that content. I know Smitty has been working, but I know I dropped a couple shorts as well. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Oh, yeah, man, I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's all for the Falcons, man. All about the logo, you did. Same for the hat. But yeah, man, again, to come on over, make sure y'all be generational because it's always time to be. And you ain't got to settle for less when you always can have more with the vision. Also, catch me on the Hawks Digest. I am also on the Hawks Digest, me and Walter Pollard, giving all things surrounding around the Atlanta Hawks as well. So you can catch me over there as well. And, of course, Twitter, A1 Forever, Instagram, A1 Forever, The Real A1 Forever on TikTok. Always a pleasure sharing the platform with Smitty and other guests, and also, to each and last, every one of you guys. See y'all really at the end on post game and everything. I'm gonna try to see Smitty. I'm gonna see exactly what time to get me out of there because I will be down.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be working the game, but I'm gonna hold it down for
Fox. You. Yeah, man. I'm working with Fox, so I'll see exactly what time I can get in there for sure. But I can't wait to get out there on that field and hit my my pregame walk before everybody gets into the stadium. I'm just waiting for that already. It's nothing like it. I can't wait. November 2022, I started with Fox and going to another year, man. It's
hey, man, beautiful. God good, my brother. God good.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Hey, well, you guys know I'm going to be at the game. I'll be at the game, so I'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
And I always do my pregame posts, so be looking out for that. Get you guys pumped up and getting ready for the game. So be looking out for that.
Yes, sir.
But y'all know, hey, it's time to roll, man. We're gonna holler at y'all, man. Just trust me. We're gonna keep bringing the content. Y'all just keep tuning in because that's all y'all got to do. And we're gonna holler